described the inadequacies of traditional economic measurements. This view was echoed by the OECD, representing its 30-member countries, in calling for a new basket of quantitative and qualitative standards which reflect local conditions and local values. And so the question I would pose is this: can we find new ways to fund the strengthening of civil society, to support broader public-private partnerships, to encourage multi-input area development, to adapt to pluralistic human contexts, and to embrace a wider array of qualitative and quantitative measurements? Let me turn from the general to the specific. And here I will share with you examples of important initiatives being taken in various parts of the world which fall outside the traditional context of international funding. And it is therefore a set of examples which I think will be useful for you as you discuss new methods of funding development. One area of the world in which our work has been focused is in the high mountain regions of Central Asia. Badakhshan, for example, is a sensitive region in eastern Tajikistan and Afghanistan, where the same ethnic community is divided by a river, which is also a national border, and where both groups live in extreme poverty. Here we are pursuing a coordinated program involving water and land management, health and education, energy and transportation, microfinance and telecommunications, culture and tourism. With inputs from many partners and an emphasis on local choice, this effort touches the lives of 1 million people. But having described this promising example, let me ask how such initiatives might best be financed. If this program works, could it be applied to the similarly divided Pashtun peoples who live at the other end of Afghanistan and in neighboring Pakistan? And is it not predictable that once the military have left that area, a new birth of civil society institutions will be required? A second illustrative AKDN project in the same region is the new University of Central Asia. There are 25 million people who live in this high mountain environment, but there has been no specialized tertiary institution to educate them. And so a new independent self-governing University of Central Asia was founded under an international agreement between the governments of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and myself. It will have campuses in all three countries. It will specialize in educating people for high mountain environments. But I ask again, how do we best mobilize resources for ventures like this, which span the public-private divide, cross national frontiers, and address a fundamental educational vacuum? In another part of the world, we've been involved for 25 years in a once degraded neighborhood amid the ruins of old Islamic Cairo. The creation there of the Al-Azhar Park has been a powerful catalyst for urban renewal in the impoverished district of Darb al-Ahmar. This environmental and archaeological project has grown into a residential, recreational, and cultural cityscape, attracting 2 million visitors a year and producing impressive, sustainable, and measurable economic growth. Tens of thousands of the ultra-poor who live in this area live now with a new hope for a better life. Using historic preservation as a linchpin for development is an eminently replicable approach. But here again, what are the funding instruments for development where culture is the driving force for change? A fourth example comes from East Africa, where the Aga University leads in establishing an East African health system, a regional, not-for-profit, private sector initiative. Its focus is also multifaceted, including community health services, secondary and tertiary referral hospitals, medical and nursing education, and state-of-the-art technologies. It will serve the populations of Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi. But again, how does an effort which is essentially non-governmental, but which interfaces with 5 different governments, best find the funding it requires? Happily, I can begin to answer that question by citing the creative response which has been given to this initiative by the Agence Française de Développement. Each of the cases I have cited today is singular. Each requires tailored financial instruments to succeed. They seem quasi-impossible to find. But it is here, in addressing new development challenges, that you and your colleagues can have a truly significant impact. I wish you well. Thank you.